Mueller's marching orders. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. The memo that empowered Robert Mueller to begin his special counsel investigation has now been made public.
This is the long-awaited memo released by the DOJ, written in August 2017 by then-acting Attorney General Rod Rosenstein to special counsel Robert Mueller, outlining the scope of his investigation, revealing that Mueller was given a much broader authority to investigate a wider range of alleged crimes than previously known. The chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Lindsey Graham, reacting.
The legal foundation for Mueller's appointment is crumbling.
Fox News also learning that transcripts from House Intelligence Committee interviews show top intelligence officials affirming they had no evidence of collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia during the 2016 election.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. Republicans have demanded House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff release the transcripts of interviews conducted in secret. So far, he's refused. Despite what the president said Tuesday, the White House coronavirus task force is not winding down.
President Trump in the Oval Office explaining why he's reversing course and intends to keep the White House coronavirus task force in place indefinitely.
I had no idea how popular the task force is until actually yesterday. When I started talking about winding it down, I'd get calls from very respected people saying, I think it would be better to keep it going. It's done such a good job. It's a respected task force.
The president said he intends to add 2 or 3 individuals to the task force soon, whose focus will be safely reopening America's economy.
Fox's John Decker angered when told the dining room was closed because of the coronavirus. A customer at a McDonald's restaurant in Oklahoma City pulled a gun and started shooting last night. 2 teenaged workers hit, both expected to be okay. The woman, who police say pulled the trigger, has been arrested. America is listening to Fox News.
It's a very confusing and stressful time right now, especially for our wounded and ill veterans and their caregivers. Practice social distancing, wash your hands frequently, and stay at home to avoid exposure. If you don't have symptoms or have questions, use secure messaging through My Healthy Vet or the VA telehealth service. If you develop symptoms, please call your local VA facility. We will get through this. For more details, visit va.gov/coronavirus. From the Fox News Podcasts Network, The Campaign with Bret Baier.
Eventually, we're going to get to a point where different places, and it's not flip the switch. But as far as the campaign, how does it look?
Trump stepped forward basically to say, I own this, and I have authority with this. I'm not sure how smart that was politically, strategically. It would have been probably better, I think, for him to put himself on the side of the working folks who are stuck at home, who are desperate to go back to work.
Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com.
Tensions continue between the U.S. and China over what Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says is Beijing's refusal to be transparent about the origins of the coronavirus.
We are in active conversations urging them to do what I just described, to help us, not just the United States, but the world, understand how this could possibly have happened and how we take the actions to make sure that BSL Level 4, these high-end labs that the Chinese are running, operate in a way that's safe and we don't end up with infection all around the world again.
Secretary Pompeo on Lou Dobbs tonight on the Fox Business Network. A public school in Montana will today become one of the first in the country to reopen following the coronavirus outbreak.
New rules are part of the curriculum at the Willow Creek School as most of its 56 students return. No one gets in without a temperature check. Lunchtimes and class bells are staggered to keep hallways clear, and recess will be on the football field so kids can spread out.
We're putting all the safety measures that we possibly can into opening.
Superintendent Bonnie Lower personally making sure desks are 6 feet apart for social distancing.
It's a really different situation for us than it is for bigger schools.
Despite the health risks and only 16 school days left, Lower thinks it's worth it to bring students back.
They're at least going to be way better off coming into it in the fall.
Steve Rappaport, Fox News.
California's Governor Gavin Newsom expected to release details today on plans to reopen some businesses as early as tomorrow. Hundreds of people sheltering at home in the Florida Panhandle forced to flee. 2 wildfires scorching nearly 2,600 acres. Several structures have burned down. In the southern India city of Hyderabad, a fire at a chemical plant led to a leak of styrene gas early this morning. 8 people have been killed, nearly 1,000 others hurt. Pointing to a higher open on Wall Street, Dow futures trading about 250 points higher. Asian markets closing Thursday mixed. I'm Jack Callahan. This is Fox News.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
For the best car wash at the best price, then go to the new Nips Car Wash, located at 459 Highway 301 South, down from McDonald's in Jessup. Nips Car Wash features state-of-the-art IQ automatic car wash system. Every car or truck that enters the automatic IQ wash system is scanned to capture its unique vehicle profile to give you a great car wash every time. Nips Car Wash also features 2 self-service bays where you can choose from a variety of accessories such as foam brush, tire brush, bug off, wax, clear coat, and spot-free rinse with powerful blowers located in each bay to top off your car wash experience at an affordable price. For the best quality car wash around, go to the new Nips Car Wash located down from McDonald's on the left on Highway 301 South in Jessup. That's Nips Car Wash with a state-of-the-art IQ automatic wash system on Highway 301 South down from McDonald's in Jessup.
7:58 here at the Big Dog WIFO-FM. Time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply and Nips Car Wash. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Jonathan. You know, we've been talking about all these major league teams trying to reopen back up. A lot of people asking them, what about Wayne County Recreation? The Georgia High School Association's
We got the man in the know.
We got the man in the know, the hardest working man in recreation with us. Lamar Echols has come into the hot seat to give us all the information. So I appreciate you coming in, Spec. But you told me that some plans are being made possibly to have a baseball, softball recreation season. So the floor is yours. Tell us what the plan is.
Well, thank y'all for having me. Like I said, Bob, I know it's been some difficult times for people out here, and these kids and some of their middle school and high school seasons got cut short. So I come up with a plan and gave it to Mr. Jeffers, and we decided to do this thing in phases. You know, like I said, we're gonna try to do it. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we're gonna try to do it the safest way and the best way that we know possible to do it. We don't have answers to all the questions out there, but we're gonna try to do it the safest way we can. But we did it in phases to see if this stuff will work. But we're gonna try to have a season. We're gonna try to kick our season off June the 1st. We're going to start our games possibly June 1st. May 18th, we're going to start organized practices. You know, we're going to have to do the social distance out there. We're going to have our ball fields, the limited to one person in the bathrooms. We got to monitor that. Your 6 foot distance. We're going to have people out monitoring. So having a coaches meeting next Wednesday on the 14th with the coaches. So we got to get all these coaches on board and all these parents on board to help do this. And, like I said, if we can all get on the same page and get this thing going, I believe we can kick off a good season and have a good, safe season, for the kids to have something to do. But, like I said, we got a bunch of guidelines we got to go by and restrictions we're going to have to do. So everybody's got to get on the same page for this thing to work. But, I got confidence in my coaches and hopefully their parents, and we're going to try to do this stuff. But, we're letting everybody else know that, you don't have to come. It's not mandatory. It's going to be there if you want to come. If you don't feel comfortable with it, don't come. Just like when they start opening these practices up, if your kid's sick, keep them at the house, but we're going to try it. We got a bunch of restrictions, to overcome, but we're going to try to kick off the season on June 1st.
Where do we stand right now on facilities? Are things open, still closed? Where do we stand on the parks at this time?
Right now, our ball fields are open. Our lakes are open. Boykin Lake and Walking Trail is open. Our bathrooms remain closed. Our batting cages are open. Our water fountains are turned off, and they will be turned off all through this whole thing. So you have to bring your own drinks and all that. Playgrounds is closed. They will be open on May 15th. But other than that, most of our facilities is open right now. Leg race is open to Wayne County citizens only. I think Saturday you can start bringing your boats out and for pleasure and all that, but you still got to do your social distances. Our rental facilities, they will remain closed through June 15th. That's all the Manning Towns and the Guard Eyes and Hall Richardson, all our rental facilities, Lake Grace buildings, they will remain closed until the 15th. But we're going to try to do it. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to go, but if it don't go too well and we start getting some, getting off the main beaten path we're trying to do, we'll cancel the whole season. But right now, we plan on playing on June the 1st. I got to get my umpires. There's going to be certain restrictions with the umpires. They're not going to be able to call behind the plate. They probably have to call behind pitcher's mound. We're going to have to limit the kids in the dugout, their equipment. They can't share equipment. And catcher's equipment, the coaches are going to have to wipe that down and stuff like that. And we're going to probably be limited to 2 games a night on each field. We have 15 minutes in between games to get the first crowd out at the first game to bring the second one in. And there's just a bunch of restrictions we're going to have to go by to pull this thing off.
So you're going to try to just do one game at a time and try to limit the crowd is what you're trying to do?
Yeah, we're going to do like 4 games. We got 4 fields at Ben Park, and we're going to do 4 games at 5:30. And then we'll play an hour. We're going to be restricted to an hour to play. Probably be a drop dead time in an hour. And after that hour's up, that bunch will leave the ballpark, and we'll bring the second group in for the second game of the night. We try to get them all on one same page. Over there at Bill Marsh, you're more spread out over there because you got the junior boys field at one end, and you got the adult softball field at the first top of the end. So you kind of more spread out over there than you are at Ben Park. But we're going to try to do it as safe as we can. We'll probably mark the bleachers off, make these parents bring chairs. They can sit out the outfield fence, or they can sit in the cars, or they can sit along the fences, within 6 feet apart. But we're going to try it. Like I said, we're going to do a lot of monitoring. We're going to do a concession stand. The concession stand is going to be like you at Walmart, have to stand 6 feet apart. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it and see what happens. Like I said, we got the texts out to the coaches. We're going to have a meeting, like I said, next Thursday at 6:00 at Ben Park, and we're going to go over some guidelines, and we're going to see who wants to play and try to kick this thing off on June 1st.
Well, I'm sure you've been feeling out talking to people already. What's the response been? People are excited they're going to
everybody I've talked to so far has been positive. I've seen them around town, and everybody's wanting to know when we're kicking off. I've even talked. I need to talk to Coach McDonald. There's a bunch of them older guys that want to start playing baseball, so we might organize a league for those. I've talked to a couple of those parents about the ones that played middle school and JV, so maybe we can work something out with them. I need to get with Coach McDonald and see what he thinks about this. And but other than that, I think it's been positive so far. I know there's going to be some negativity in it, but we're going to have to fight through it and do the right thing. But like I said, the main thing is safety. Safety of those kids out there, and if we all get on board, I believe we can pull it off. I've talked to different agencies. Some has canceled their seasons around here. I've been talking to GRPA constantly on the phone. I've been talking to USSSA, ASA softball, USA softball, and trying to get some ideas how they're going to open up their seasons when they open it up, and how they can control their crowds. So we get a lot of feedback from a bunch of people. A lot of people is kind of sitting back. I sent my proposal to the state. They like what we're going to do. I talked to Steve Card. He's all over it. And a bunch of the agencies around here like Long and Glenn, they're getting on board with us. They're going to play ball too. Some of them has canceled, but Camden County's getting on board with us. So I think it's going to be a few of them going to try it besides Wayne County. I think they're waiting on somebody to jump off first and come up with a phase, and we did it here at Wayne County, and I think it's a pretty good plan we got. Like I said, safety is our main goal right now, to get this thing kicked off, and I believe we can get it kicked off. I got confidence in it.
Is June 1st on Monday? I guess assuming it's a Monday.
Yes, Monday.
So you're going to play Monday.
They'll practice about 2 weeks. We'll start on the 18th of opening up the facilities for practice. We got to go through all these guidelines for practice, and we'll start practicing, and we'll see who wants to play, and we'll get us up a little schedule, and we'll start in June. You know, there's even talks about, I've talked to Glenn County and Long County about playing a little tournament at the end of the year, you know, bringing some teams over, maybe in the end of July. And, you know, All-Stars is canceled, but, you know, they still have a little team to play, you know, maybe we can get some games up. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to try to start on June 1st and, you know, maybe we can lift some of these restrictions. We might have to put some more restrictions on it. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to try, we're going to try to start it. So get these kids something to do.
Okay. And June 1st is still several weeks away.
Yes.
So, you know, more restrictions may be lifted by the governor.
That's right.
Like that. So we just, you know, like I said, no one knows how this is going to play out yet. So just got to keep your fingers crossed how it works out. I want to talk about lake race a little bit. Like I said, you're talking about restricting to the Wayne County residents. My question was how are they going to enforce that? They're talking about car tags, but like I said, a lot of people have these specialty tags. So how do you know if they're from Wayne County or not? Are they going to check driver's licenses?
They might check driver's license, Bob. I reckon that's up to the higher officials. Like I said, I get the word passed down and I just pass along. I don't know how they can patrol that or police that. I'm like you, they either car tags or either pull driver's license. I really don't know how they're going to do that.
Who's in control of lake race? I mean, people ask me all the time, is it the county? Is it the rec department?
The county is control of the Lake Grace, but it falls under the rec department. So there's a lot of these boat landings, you know, JC Landing and Upper County Landing, Pig Farm Landing, they all fall under the rec department. So I reckon it's a rec department problem, but the county, you know, the county commissioners help us make decisions on the lakes and stuff like that. So, but we don't want to take care of them facilities, so they fall under us.
They have a law enforcement officer out there, though. Like
yes, we got that. They patrol it pretty good. You know, much as they can. You know, we got DNR out there.
How the crowd's been out there the last couple of weeks?
I go out there quite a bit. They've been coming back. And,
yeah, they slowly coming back from what I hear. Because you know the weather's getting nice and like I said, they lifted some of the restrictions out there at Lake Grace. But you know, I know they got a curfew out there from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. So you can't be out there after those hours. I reckon the police is going to enforce that, or the sheriff's department. But
so basically, dark to
you're right, dark to dusk, I reckon. So
yeah.
But
now, I saw the signs that said lake closed or gone, but then I see that no ATVs are up there, and then one that I never noticed before said caution alligators in water. Was that a recent addition there, or are there actually?
No, I don't. I think the recent additions we put, you know, was no ATVs, but most of that was we had problems at JC Landing with those.
Right.
Had a little bit of problems out there at Lake Grace, so we just kind of put them up everywhere. The main ones we put up was not feeding the alligators.
Are there actually alligators in the water? I've never seen any.
I haven't seen none.
Me, but
I haven't seen none either. But we put the signs
up. You don't want to see them, do you?
No, that lady that wanted to touch pet the one the other day.
But we had to put some signs up. Don't feed the gators, and then out here at Belmarsh Park, you know, don't feed the wildlife, because you know people was feeding these ducks and geese, and they was getting tamed up there, and that's why we was having a nuisance out there. But we got a few signs up there, you know, that what's going on. But like I said, I know the lake is open. It's going to be open this Saturday, I think, for pleasure craft, you know, for whoever wants to, besides just fishing. And there's a curfew. That's all I know right now. I don't know if anything's going to be lifted out there after that or what. So I reckon that'll be up to the county commissioners to make them decisions.
You got plans for a baseball and softball? People have been asking me, you know, normally you have recreation golf, recreation tennis in the summer. Any plans for that?
Well, right now, we still plan on having the swimming, tennis, and golf because it's an individual sport. But GRPA will make a decision, matter of fact, tomorrow. They got a webinar at 10 o'clock. I'll probably sit in on it. I really ain't got a whole lot of say-so in it because, you know, I don't have a swimming pool here to actually vote on a swim meet. But I've talked to the people in the district, and this has the pool that's been doing the districts. They're not too fond of having a swimming and I know swim meets. So I don't know about golf.
They may shut down.
They may shut that down. But like I said, I know tomorrow. But they did shut down the baseball, softball, and all that for this year. I know they're gonna have some big coming up. You know, you got soccer and football. I don't know how they're gonna pull that off. I know we got some webinars coming up on that, because you know that football is a contact sport. So I'm curious of how these meetings are going to go. But maybe, you know, a lot of stuff be lifted by then. But right now we're going to concentrate on trying to pull this baseball, softball season off to give these kids something to do.
And once again, when's the coaches meeting?
Coaches meeting's next Thursday night on the 14th at Ben Park at 6:00. Trying to get all the coaches out there. We've texted them, and we're going to see who wants to play, who don't want to play. But like I said, it's not a mandatory thing. You know, if you're a coach and you've been coaching there for years and you don't feel comfortable coaching, we're not going to hold it against you. You know, we're going to still let you coach next year if you want to sign up. It's, you know, we just want the ones that want to play. We're going to try to offer them something. Like I said, we don't know all the answers, but we're going to do it as safe as possible and do it by the restrictions and try to have a salvage season.
And you hear, you know, people hear what they want to hear. So let's reemphasize again: no one's going to be punished if they don't participate.
No one's going to be punished. Just like, you know, when this thing first broke out, we was doing practice. We were still practicing, but it wasn't mandatory practice. Nobody's going to be punished if they don't want to play, or nobody's going to be punished if the kid don't feel good that night of the game and he don't come. These kids are not going to be punished. Like I said, we're going to lift it. We're going to take a lot of rules and regulations off this thing. That, you know, most of them is going to be for safety, but you know, we want to, you know, we want to compete, you know, make it fun, but you know, we're not going to argue with the umpires, and we're not going to go out there and just like a regular league game. It's going to be more for fun. It's going to get these kids out the house, and you know, we might have a league champion. I hadn't decided about that, but most of all is just trying to start playing ball right now and having fun out there, and the ones that want to show up. It's not going to be serious. You know, we just want to play ball. We just want to get them out and get started.
All right, so with the 1 hour limit, is that going to be a hard limit, or if the team's still batting?
I think most of the people I've been talking to, you know, when you're trying to move the next group in, it's going to probably be a drop dead hour. Mm-hmm. Once our scoreboards hit zero, it's going to be the end of the game.
And whoever has the
like I said,
you're not doing it for.
I'm not going to do. It's just probably not going to be the last inning hits, right? Because it can drag on.
Oh yeah.
For 30, 40 more minutes long. You know, I know that, you know, most of the time it's going to affect the junior boys and the midget boys because they got an hour and a half time limit. So we're going to have to just limit them to an hour, and we'll do a drop dead time. That might change. You know, that might change as we get in. You know, we might go to a regular time limit, but right now is when we first start. I'm going to tell the coaches we're going to do a drop dead time. That way we can get them kids out there, because you know, you go around town, these stores, they're still not open to capacity yet. You know, they're still closing at 7, 8 o'clock. We're not going to be out there playing ball at 10 o'clock at night. We're going to try to be out there by at least 8 o'clock. You know, I don't want these kids running around out there late at night. You know, even school's out. I know school's out, but we're not going to be out there all night playing ball. So we're going to kind of limit our time out there. But we're going to have fun, and we're going to do it the safest way we can do it. You know.
So you're going like 5 to 8 is what you're talking about. 5:30 to 8.
We'll probably do a 5:30 game, and then the next game will start at like 6:45, and then play an hour from there. So hopefully we'll be out there by 8 o'clock every night. So, you know, that's our plan. I know we might go a little over, but with a drop dead time, and like I said, the main thing is getting these people in and getting them out. You know, in between games. You know, we're not going to do these coaches meetings and hang out in the dugouts and do all that. We're going to get them out and get the next group in and play as soon as we can.
Okay. Well, we wish the best.
Well, thank you.
Like somebody had to step out there and take a step. Well, I'm curious what made you be the one to step out there.
Well, like I said, a lot of people have been talking, and you know, we've been talking to them, and I reckon they've been waiting on what Wayne County is going to do. I reckon we the baseball central of the state or whatever down in the district, and they kind of say, what y'all going to do? What y'all going to do? So I got with my staff and got with Mr. Jeffers and come up with a proposal, and it's a pretty good proposal, and I sent it out to everybody, and everybody jumped on it, and so I reckon they're going to follow us. So if it goes bad, it's going to be Wayne County's fault, I reckon.
Don't say that. It's just like I said. You know, we talk about it all the time. I mean, I can't imagine kids. What, you know, like I said, they got to be chomping at the bit too. I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, they're ready to get out, see their friends. You know, participate.
I guarantee.
So the facilities are open right now. So if they want to go out and practice or play,
if they want to go, it's no organized practice right now until the 18th.
No organized practice. But
if you want to go out there with your daddy and sister or whatever, go out and hit some balls or take some grounders. Like I said, you know, we open up the facilities Tuesday, and there's kids already out there. Right. So they chomping at the bits. Our walking trails is more and more people's getting out there. Right.
Explain the playground though. The playground's still closed. I talked to the mayor. I think the city, the Cracker Williams is still. apparently that's the governor's thing. They don't want kids on playground equipment for some reason, right?
Right.
What's the reason?
I reckon because you can't really, I don't know how you unless you go sanitize it every day, somebody gets off of it. I think that's more of a sanitize, to get it sanitized, but whatever. But
I just want to emphasize that because there's playground equipment out there at Biltmore's Park, so make sure
we
understand you can't use the playground equipment.
We on the same board with the city with theirs. I think the city said they're going to open theirs up, and we on the same date with them. And like I said, it'll remain closed until then. They might not lift that. They might keep them playgrounds closed. I don't know, but like I said,
that's something I try to emphasize people too. Like I said, the city and county first came out with their restrictions, but then the governors came out, and the governors superseded everything. So I try to remind everybody everything's kind of under the governor's guidelines at this time.
Well, that's right. I'm going to try to tell these when I have my coaches meeting with these coaches and get them to get with these parents. For this thing to work, we all got to get on the same page. We all got to get this thing together and do the right thing, and if spread out there, and I think this thing will work. Like I said, we're going to try to do everything we can with my staff and to keep it safe as possible. We're going to have these sanitized stations set up. We're going to wash your hands, and we're going to try to make it safe for the umpires. I know everybody's used to having an umpire behind the plate, but you're not going to be able to do that. So it's going to be a lot of changes for everybody out there, but I think we'll get through it. It's not going to be that bad. I think like I said, the main thing is be safe and have fun.
Right. We got a question here, and you covered this earlier. People come in and out. Cracker Williams and Hall Richardson are closed. You can't rent those facilities.
No, not until to June 15th. Okay. All the facilities are closed.
I hope that it just is Hall R and it tailed off. So I hope that answered your question there. Those facilities
after June 15th. I think if they lift the restrictions, that's our goal right now in the phases. So if we feel that it's not safe to do it, we won't do it. But like I said, this is just all of actually. Just going to try it. Like I said, we don't know the answers to everything, but we're going to try to play ball.
Well, we'll get you back in here after you have the coaches meeting and update again. Like I said, I'm sure you'll get a lot of feedback from the show. Like I said, I'm sure people are positive about this. Like I said, they're looking for things to do and get out there and But as you said, safety's. Hopefully the fans will understand. Keep their social distance, I'm sure that'll be interesting. What about the bleachers? You're going to have bleachers out there?
I think we're going to shut our bleachers off because they're kind of close, and I think we're going to shut those off. And then, like I said, tell the parents to bring the chairs. I think with both sides of the fields and outside the perimeter, I think you have plenty of room for people to watch their games. I don't think they're going to. Like I said, you're going to still have a concession, but you're welcome to bring your chair up there and sit and however. But like I said, I think the main thing is to try to get them in and out as safe as we can. We're going to have tables set up at the front, but all my staff's going to be there policing this thing. We're going to try it, and hopefully we can pull this thing off and salvage a season for these kids to have something to do, because I know they're chomping at the bit, and I imagine some of them's driving their parents crazy. So.
How long do you think the season will go? Starts June 1st. So
we're going to at least play 4 weeks. Well, our regular season is usually about 6 weeks, so we'll play the whole month of June, and then we'll come back in July and maybe do an end of the season tournament. Do a little single elimination tournament, and then maybe get some kids together to play these other counties. Like a semi-all-star game. We'll probably play that at the end of July somewhere. We'll probably play it here. But that's still in the makings. That's nothing in concrete with that yet, because like I said, there's only a few organizations right now, district wise, that's actually going to try to play this ball. But we'll see how it goes. But I'm planning on playing about 4 weeks, and then play a little end of the season tournament. Maybe hand out some little trophies and stuff for that. But we'll just see how it goes and the restrictions we have to go by. So
sounds good. Like I said, if you join us, Lamar Echols, Recreation Director, in talking about possibly starting the season June the 1st, and again, the coaches' meeting is
Thursday the 14th,
so that's
6 o'clock at Ben Park.
About a week from this.
Week from today.
So So all your coaches will show up, and you'll go over all the ground rules and guidelines and make sure.
Like I said, we might have to make some teams up. There might be some kids that don't want to play. There might be some coaches that don't want to coach. So we'll have to organize. We might have to put another kid on another team or get another coach or how this thing goes. I don't know how it's going to go. But like I said, we sent out texts the other day to all the coaches and tell them about this meeting and all that. And I don't think we got too much negative feedback. I know there's a couple of kids that want to switch over and, not get a refund, but wait till soccer season starts and goes over. There'll probably be a few of them like that, but that's their choice, and we're not going to hold it against them, but I believe the majority of them is going to play. Like I said, I haven't, since this text went out to the coaches Tuesday, I haven't heard nothing back. So maybe that's a good sign, and I don't know, it might be a bad sign, but we'll find out. We'll find out Thursday night.
Well, we wish you the best. Like I said,
thank you.
I appreciate you coming in. Once again, talk about Lake Grace a little bit, because that's the big controversy I keep hearing. It is going to be open up this weekend, right?
As far as I know.
I talked to Chairman Herschel Hires. He said what they want to do is they want to try to limit to just Wayne County residents only.
That's true.
Right.
That's
I
true.
I don't know how they enforce that, but I wish them well. But
yeah,
I'm sure there's going to be some
I got to get some signs put up that says that. And then, like I said, I was called about the curfew yesterday. But like I said, that we just going on what the county commissioners is letting us know, and Mr. Jeffers, and we putting it out there. But like I said, I reckon they're going to control it, and whatever we have to do, we're going to try to make it safe out there as possible too. Like I said, I don't know what answers to the Lake Grace. I don't know how you patrol that big area out there. But
somebody had a question here. Which leagues now? Does that include T-ball?
That's every league. Every league we got out there, everybody that signed up to play, we're going to play T-ball. We want all the coaches there. T-ball, the junior league baseball. That's every sport we got. We're going to try it.
Any adult softball?
I don't know. I haven't really talked to none of the adults about softball, because most of the guys that play adult softball coaches in our league.
I got you.
So what we might do this year is maybe just have an adult fall league. When soccer and football is going on, instead of because right now we're in the end of our league, and we usually start adult softball in June anyhow. Right. So because after our season starts, so maybe some of the adults and that wants to play, maybe we can set up a meeting and maybe push it back, start playing in July, something, have like a fall league or a late summer league if they want to play. But we're going to offer as much as we can to our restrictions, what we can do.
Well, I appreciate you coming in. And like I said, we'll look forward to getting you in here after you have the coaches meeting.
Okay.
Once again, remind people about the season. And I'm sure you get a lot of feedback after today's show. Hopefully it's positive, and hopefully people are excited. Get these kids out there and see if they can play some ball. I'm sure they're chomping at the bit to get outside and do some activity as well. So, like I said, hopefully it'll go well. Like I said, I'm sure the governor's, monitoring the state of Georgia every day, and I'm sure more restrictions are, they're slowly but surely opening things back up. But so far, I haven't heard any issues. Like I said, it's been weeks now since they opened up the beaches. I still haven't heard any complaints about the beaches. They kind of forgot about that story. They jumped on it early, but I hadn't heard anything since then. And I said the businesses I know that have opened up seem to be doing well. Jonathan said you went to Western City the other day.
Is the buffet open?
They do it cafeteria style. You tell them what they want, and they put it on a plate and give it to you.
All you can eat?
I think it's just one time through, but they're not charging the regular. That's the question right there. I think it's just one time through, and it does not cost as much.
But I saw the Huddle House is back open up.
Went to that. Had Huddleburger. That was great.
Damon's you can go inside Damon's.
Captain Joe's I think Wednesday through Saturday. Is it?
Reedy Creek's back open up. Yeah. So slowly but surely.
They're going to get there. I think everybody's tired of sitting home. I think everybody's getting ready to get back to a normal life.
And the weather's been nice. It's warm, so people are just ready to get outside and do some activities. But this will give these kids an avenue to, like I said, if they want to participate, they can. Like I said, you're emphasized again, anybody that doesn't want to, doesn't feel safe, they don't have to. It's like the governor says, no one's forcing anybody to do any of these things.
That's right.
It's just giving you an opportunity to do it if you want to do it. So,
that's right.
And like I said, we say it all the time, it all comes down to personal choice anyway. It's all personal choice, what you opt to do, what you don't do. But hopefully everybody will follow the guidelines, and hopefully your coaches will get the message to their parents and their kids, and hopefully it'll work well. And I said we'll get you back in before or after the coaches meeting before the June 1st date and remind everybody again. And I said we'll wish you the best, Beck. Appreciate you coming in and answering any questions. And I said it sounds like a well thought out plan. Hopefully the plan goes well, and wish the best. Like I said, I'm sure if it does go well, you can always retrace and say it didn't work.
Well, at least we tried. You know what I mean? At least we tried. Like, you know, if we had to back up and punt again, but that's all right. But we're going to try it. And like I said, we don't know the answers to everything, but like I said, I got confidence in my coaches and my staff, and I think we can pull this thing off. I really do. I think if we get everybody on the same page, and you know, I know it's going to be shaky for the first couple of days, but once we get us a plan in and everybody gets on the same page, I think it'll work. I think it really will. So we're going to shoot for it, and like I said, if it don't work, we're going to cancel it. But like I said, the main priority right now is safety of the kids and the parents out there. So that's our main priority.
Well, again, I appreciate you coming in. Wish you the best. Hope it goes well.
Well, thank you.
After your coaches meeting, we'll get you back in before June 1st and remind everybody again about the season kicking off, hopefully June 1st.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well, thank y'all.
Okay, we'll be back with more after this. Sheffield's Trophies and Sports Shop is now under new ownership as Becky and Pat have decided to enjoy retirement. So it's now Sheffield's by Scott Horwell and Fatback Tees and Sean Mullis, the new owners. Need custom screen printing, signs, or banners? Need sports equipment or apparel? Sheffield's new owners Scott Horwell and Sean Mullis now offer custom screen printing, signs, and banners in addition to the services already provided. For all your sports needs, trophies, engraving, embroidery, custom screen